The 947th edition of the MMA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog is hooking up new customers. Play just $5 and get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code MMA SGPN.
Heidi Ho DeGenerinos, welcome to episode 947. I think Gumby told me it was. Is that right, Gumby? 947. Right. I got it right. Good starting of the MMA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, dedicated to Gumby's fall baseball team, who won the championship today.
Old man baseball, baby.
Baseball. But I am Jeff, the baseball hater Fox. That is Daniel Gumby Vreeland. Baseball really sucks, Gumby.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry for you as a Blue Jays fan. I also have to say it was somehow, despite the fact that I was rooting for the Blue Jays in that game, that was somehow a more watchable and likable game than all of UFC Vegas 110.
Oh, yes. Well, that wasn't a very high bar to clear, that's for sure.
That was one of the worst events I've ever seen, between like bad fights. A guy got poked in the eye and they stopped the fight and then they started it back up again, which imagine the adrenaline dump on poor D'Elia. But like, I mean, then you got the whole. I don't want to talk about it because I don't know how to talk about it. But the whole Isaac Dalgarian thing is just like, I don't know what
Gummy's other podcasts, so
I don't know what
to accuse him of things. But yeah, there's something fishy going on.
I don't really, and again, this is why I don't want to talk about it because I'm going to say something.
But it sounds like you're going to.
I'm going to anyway. Here it goes. I don't think he did anything nefarious. I do think most likely he was hurt, and the wrong type of people found out about it too early. And I think that that's a problem, and it will probably be investigated and whatnot. But like, I don't think he did anything. Like, it just, like, for what? You know, like, he's on a pretty good run. He should be 3-0 in the UFC. Like, why would he do that? My guess is there was something wrong, and this is the bad part about the sport, is that they have to fight to make money. Yeah. You know, they have to be in the cage.
And he hasn't fought in over a year or two. So
right. And I know he had moved and he was looking to build a house and all those kinds of things. You know, like, he probably had to push himself through an injury, and just like the wrong type of people found out. But like, man, it looks bad. It doesn't look good. So
it's the fact that it was a submission and he made a lot of errors. People are claiming to get himself into the submission is it's what people are.
But did he make those errors because he can't let the hands go? You know what if his, you know, and again, I'm just wildly speculating here. What if his right hand is completely broken? You know, like what if, you know, he has bursitis burst in his wrist, or, you know, like, what if his shoulder is out of joint on the right side, can't throw his hands anymore, is forced to grapple even in situations he's not ready to grapple it. You know, I don't know what it is. I mean, it was an extra black mark on an event that already kind of sucked.
Yeah. And then everyone's bringing up his past relationship with Krause as well. Which, a lot of things.
That's not going to help.
Really has anything to do with it, but that's not going to help. But people aren't bringing up the main reason why all that happened is because the top turtle curse is real.
Top turtle curse.
It's back again. Yeah, I forgot all about that whole aspect, the Dalgarian thing. I was thinking we had a bad ref decision, we had a bad judge decision. One of them went.
I don't think we had a bad judge's decision. I'll
it was a bad fight, so it was hard to judge. Most people seem to be on the side of Vieira, though, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, so. I mean, like, she had a lot of top control, but like in the way that they have been judging over the last 5 years, like, she didn't do any damage.
Yeah,
and it seems like that. I was surprised that Dumont won, but I don't think it was wrong for her to have won.
Yeah, it was a mess. It often is. UFC is often a mess. But
okay, we're going back to the Apex again this weekend.
I know, can't wait. We're going somewhere first, though. We're going to Izzatown, Bahrain. This is quite a fight card. We're going to be talking about today. Brave CF 100. They put all the stops for it. We're going to be covering it very shortly. After a reminder, the NFL, NBA, college football, and NHL are all live, and we got podcasts giving it free picks for everything. So subscribe to the SGPN feed to catch every episode wherever you get your podcasts. So it's a very strong Brave. Is it the best event they put on since you've been following the promotion, MB?
I mean, they do bangers once in a while. It really depends on what you mean by the best. Like in terms of pure talent, this might be number one. But they do a lot of they do a lot of fun co-promoting. Like they had that fight card in China that we covered recently, where it was like a whole bunch of like upper end Chinese fighters against the fighters they had already signed. I think they co-promoted that with WLF. They actually co-promoted back in the day with Octagon one time. When like Octagon. Octagon with a K when they were getting their feet wet and like sort of on the way up. I know some people who work for Brave and they said you could tell right away Octagon was doing things right. Like their promotion was just like on point already, which is, a really nice thing to say about them. I like their co-promoting and the way that they attack regions is really cool. But this is in Bahrain. It's their 100th. They're going to do it way up in, 3 fun title fights and a couple other fighters you've probably heard of.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We got multiple title fights. We got name fighters. We got former UFC fighters. We got last names at the very least. Pardon me?
Contender Series guys.
Yeah, Contender Series, right? Road to UFC, yes. So they've got a pretty solid fight card here. I'm guessing they must pay pretty good too, because they have some like Mokaev.
They've got some nice backers to the organization.
Right. Yeah. That part of the world, you can get some nice backers. All right, let's break her down. Brave CF 100. Isa Town, Bahrain is where it's taking place November the 7th. So Friday, which is good. He's not going to bump up against an amazing UFC fight night, I assume. I haven't looked at the card yet, but I'm sure it's at the Apex is going to be a banger. 1 p.m. start time for this card. So there you go. DeGen's special for you. Khalifa Sports City, if you want to go watch it. We probably have some fans in Bahrain, so hello to you. Maybe you want to go watch this event. If you're watching and or listening to our show, I would assume you would want to go to this event. We're going to cover more than half the card. There's only 9 fights listed as of now. What we're going to get you in-depth preview on 5 of them, and then Gumby will have 4 others to choose from for our lightning round, which is also a fabulous way to make money. So no odds posted for this yet, but you can usually, especially for a big Brave event, you shouldn't have any issues finding odds for this card. All right. Gumby gave me a prep on this as well. I'll give you guys a prep. They don't have welterweight. They have 175 pounds, which they call super welterweight. And same thing with middleweight. Is middleweight 190?
Same thing with lightweight. Lightweight is 160 or 65. Or okay, no, they've got 160.
161.
They have 55 and they have 55 and 65. So they have lightweight and super lightweight, but then they skip middleweight and go to super middleweight. That way it's 10 pounds up until middleweight.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think we're going to cover any lows other than the 175 pound of fights, which would be the first one we're doing here. Rami Hamed, he's from Lebanon. Mohamed Salem, he is from Egypt. Yep. 3 5-minute rounds. No odds, like I said, yet, but they will be available for you. Salem is 8-2 with 1 no contest, 3 knockouts, 2 submissions. He's been submitted twice. This is his debut in Brave. He's won 3 straight and gone 6-1 with 1 no contest over his last 8. He's won 2 straight via finish. He's not lost since January 2021. He is a regional champ. He used to fight at 155 and heavyweight. He had 1 fight at it was listed at heavyweight. I'm sure he didn't weigh heavyweight weight. 9 years younger than Hamed, an inch taller. Hamed is 14-3 with 1 no contest, 10 knockouts. Man's got some power. He's been submitted 3 times. He owes his rounds. He owes his rounds. 3-1 in Brave. He's won 6 straight and 8 of 9. TKO win in his last bout. He's not lost since December 2019. So a couple guys on nice hot streaks here. 1 no on Contender Series, but did not get signed. 2015 Pro MMA debut.
Yeah, so my guess is Rami Ahmed, pretty sizable favorite here, both coming off of the Contender Series, a little bit bigger of a name. And if you get eyes on footage on either of these guys, I mean, he's head and shoulders better than Salem here. My guess is going to be like low 300s, like negative 310 or something like that on Ahmed. Because of all those reasons I just mentioned. And I mean, the tape is real obvious in his favor. Like, even if you go back to that fight, which was kind of boring with Meng Ding on Contender Series, like, yeah, he didn't fight in an exciting way at all. He basically just danced on the outside and hit point fighting and, got taken down once by a guy who doesn't have particularly good takedowns, but it's just because he does this, like, he has these like leaping in strikes where he tries to close a lot of distance at once. And that's really good if you're the type of guy who like bounces around on the outside and wants to hurt people that way. The only problem with that is sometimes when you miss, you're so off balance that it's like really easy to take you down. But luckily for him in this fight, Salem is just like, he's not the guy who's going to do that to him. He's if I'm being blunt, like he's not very good. Very slow with the hands. Looks out of place a lot of times. His takedown defense is awful. I watched him in a fight against this Indian guy, Rahul Raja, who's 8-8, and like this dude gave him a fight. And I kept being like, that guy can't get off the cage against this 8-8 regional fighter from India, which is like not a good sign too, because typically when I think of like Egyptian fighters, and not to stereotype like a whole country, but like I think like solid wrestling, right? Like that's right. That country has got like a really nice base for wrestling. You see Egyptian fighters in the Olympics all the time. And he just like was getting out wrestled by this 8-8 Indian regional fighter. So like really, really not particularly good on the ground. Slow on the feet. Mohamed should close the distance really easy on him and beat him up. And like he's got a strength advantage too. Rami does. So I'm going Rami Mohamed. Anything south of like -500 is probably still good for a parlay, because I just feel like the risk here is so low.
Right. Excellent. I should have mentioned off the top, how do you watch Brave? Go to bravecf.com. If you're in the US and Canada, it looks like they're on an app called Swerve Combat, and it's for free, it looks like. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah. So, and it tells you how to watch it the rest of the world as well. So, go to their website, bravecf.com. All right. Let's move on up this, because this is definitely a fight card worth watching. We're moving up the card, sticking with weight class 175. Rasul Magomedov. He is from Germany. Another fighter you may have heard of, Batebolati. One of the fun names we've had on this here show. He's from China. They're fighting, as I said, 175. Batebolati is the Lion King. He's 10-1-1, 5 knockouts, 1 submission. He's never been finished in a fight. This is his debut in Brave. He's won 4 straight and 6 of 7. He's not fought, though, since May of 2024. He last lost a fight June 2022. You may remember the name from his road to UFC fights. He fought in 2 seasons and won both of his fights. Didn't get signed, though, so he's 2-0 road to UFC. 1-1 in LFA. Used to fight at 155 and 185. Magomedov, nickname is Dana. I guess people do anything to get signed to the UFC, right? maybe you'll get a tattoo of it too. Dana is 7-0, 4 knockouts, 2 submissions. He holds his rounds. This is his debut in Brave. 2 inches taller, 2-inch reach advantage over Batebolati. That's all I have for him. Small resume.
You mentioned Batebolati being 2-0 on road to the UFC. Was one of them a DQ win, though?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, because I remember him getting the crap kicked out of him in one of his fights, and I'm like,
yeah,
I really don't feel like he's
undefeated. Can't remember why it was a DQ.
I want to say punches to the back of the head, if I'm not mistaken. And I think we broke down a fight from one of the guys.
Yeah, you're right.
The guy who got DQ'd. Who got DQ'd against
One
him?
Bin Key.
Oh, yeah. We just talked about him on our Ryzen episode, which Ryzen still hasn't happened at the time of recording, so I can't tell you if he won. But we talked about him in the lightning round of our Ryzen episode. So I'm going to go Rasul Magomedov. I wrote down here -215 for my guess on the price. Batebolati does have some stock being on road to the UFC. Obviously, if you've seen that film, he did slip up a little bit in there. So like maybe not as flawless as it looks on Tapology. But my big problem with Batebolati, fun offensive wrestler. Like he's got some pretty good shots. He gets to the hips well when he's taking people down. He kind of has questionable takedown defense. And that's actually how his game works on the feet too. Like he's aggressive and likes to get after it, but also like his chin's kind of up in the air and he's like right there to be countered. And I've seen fighters of a certain level punish him for that. And I'm not just pointing at that road to the UFC fight, but like watch back. I want to say he fought on LFA against Harris Tulunzik, who's a guy from, he's from the Midwest in the US, but he's from Bosnia as well. And like, cracked him on the feet, hit takedowns, just like Batebolati had his moments, but it's like, he has his moments with disregard to his own defense. And I think that's a huge problem. And here, Rasul Magomedov, first of all, this dude is, I think we got to call him a short king. I know this is,
nice.
He's super welterweight, but I think he's 5'7" at 175.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, that's a pretty short dude. And if you look at him too, he is just like a little bowling ball muscle. Like he is, he's built like Sean Shark used to be. Remember Sean Shark? Yeah,
muscle shark.
He's got a muscle shark build. And like just marches forward. Big hooks that like probably could get him in trouble if he was fighting somebody who I worried was going to take him down. And while I said Batebolati's got good offensive takedowns, like this guy's been fighting like tough Russians on the regional scene and like basically just forcing them to throw with him. I actually think if he like doesn't like what he sees on the feet, maybe the length bothers him of Batebolati. Like, I think the double will be there. He doesn't shoot it very often, but I've seen like glimpses of his wrestling, and it's definitely good enough to get Batebolati down. But even outside of that, too, like Batebolati might have moments with his hands, but again, he like, throws away the defense as he's getting after it. And like with a guy who throws hooks like Magomedov and with as much power as Magomedov, like I think it's going to be a problem. So I'm going to go Rasul Magomedov. My guess is low 200s here on the price.
The tapologists have watched the tape as well. 82% on Magomedov.
Really?
So
that's a little higher than I expected. But
hopefully people making lines have not.
He does have the OB. Maybe I didn't factor that in enough.
That's true. It's true. He's a Russian OB, but he does have the OB. All right, let's tell you about MyBookie before we dive into more plays here. MyBookie.ag. We're brought to you by them. MyBookie is your place to bet in football and everything else. Their prop builder is second to none. Their motto is bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. Easy deposit, lightning fast payouts using crypto. Check out all the MMA lines we talk about on our show here. Pretty much all of them, 99%. They have a lot of different promotions over there, MMA promotions. And when you do head to MyBookie.ag, speaking of promotions, use promo code MMASGPN for 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. So that's MyBookie.ag, promo code MMASGPN. And we're also brought to you by Novig. That's Novig. Novig is America's #1 sports prediction market. Novig, you're getting the best prices. They have reduced juice. You see like minus 103 lines for favorites, stuff like that. Novig is available in 35 plus states. Download the Novig app and get $50 when you spend $5 if you use our promo code SGPN. Get in on the action with Novig, promo code SGPN. All right, I think I was going to say I think we're sticking with this weight class, but maybe we're not. We are. This is actually this is for the belt, the BCF interim 175-pound championship is what Tapology listed as. So it's super welterweight championship. It's interim. Should I ask you, Gumby?
Yeah, I know this one. It's Luis Cotto has the super welterweight belt in Brave. I know that for sure. I think he's held up right now because he was living in Brazil. Obviously, he's a Brazilian fighter. But I read somewhere recently that somebody paid him tons of money to move to Taiwan and start training people and opening a gym in Taiwan. Okay. So I think like he's probably in that like whole moving process. And so like in the meantime, I don't know what they know he's going to do with his belt, but he's certainly not defending it at the moment.
I thought they just paid him to move, and that was it. But there's
please leave Brazil and live in Taiwan.
Exactly. Get out of here. All right. This is for the interim belt, as I mentioned. Mohamed Fakhreddine, excuse me.
Fakhreddine.
Not Fakhreddine. We have a Fakhreddinov in the UFC. He is from Lebanon. I know that, not because their flag has a tree on it. Distinct flag. He is fighting. I lost already. I lost my page here, Gumby.
Alex Lohoré.
Tell people who he's fighting, Gumby. That's right. A French fighter, Alex Lohoré. 5-minute rounds. They do 5-minute rounds for championship fights. We've talked about both these guys, I think, on the show before, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Lohoré, Da Killa King. Killa with an A. And Da, as you spell Da. D-A. 26-11. 14 knockouts, 7 submissions. He's been knocked out 6 times. 3-0 in Brave. He's won 3 of 4 and 5 of 8. TKO win in his last bout. He went 4 and 5 in Octagon. 2-0 in Bellator, RIP. 0-1 in KSW. 3-2 in Cage Warriors. He's fought everywhere. And he has multiple regional championships on his
mantle.
Correct. Get our shirt. Get our merch. Holidays are coming. Get some gifts for people. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/store. He's fought at 185. He's made his pro MMA debut in 2014. He's 5 years younger than Fakhreddine, an inch taller. Fakhreddine is the latest. So he's the latest Fakhreddine, I guess. Is there other Fakhreddines?
The latest Mohamed?
Huh? The latest Mohamed possibly as well. 18-5 with 2 no contests. He's knocked out 15 people, submitted 1 person. He's been knocked out himself 3 times, submitted twice. He owes his rounds. That means 8-3 with 2 no contests in Brave. He's a 2-time middleweight champion for Brave. He's a current champion as well at middleweight. He's the 1-time light heavyweight champion for Brave. So he's got a lot of belts on his mantle, Brave belts. He's won 3 straight and gone 5-1-1 over his last 7. All 3 of his past 3 wins have come via TKO. He's not lost since April 2023. 0-1 in PFL, regional champion. He has fought at 170, 185, 205, and heavyweight. 2015 pro MMA debut. I don't know if he's lost his belts or he left the promotion. I know at least once. He may have lost one of his belts.
He left the promotion one time and gave up the middleweight belt, but then he was the next middleweight champ again. Like he just came back and fought for it and won again. So I think he's still the middleweight champ. My guess being that he's the middleweight champ currently. We're going to see like a negative 220, 230 line, maybe like plus 190, 95 on Lohoré. I'm going to go dog here. I'm going to go Alex Lohoré. And the reason why is Fakhreddine in his most recent fights has looked a little bit heavy on his feet. He's not moving like he used to years ago. He's kind of plodding. He doesn't really look as comfortable with his hands as he used to be. Looks a touch slower. Actually looks like physically heavy too, in addition to being like heavy on his feet. And as a result, his cardio has kind of suffered. He's always been kind of a guy who swings big and looks for those huge counters. And like, there's always the possibility he knocks Lohoré out here too. Lohoré, has been countered in the past and taken some big shots. But I just think that like Lohoré is like quite a bit quicker now. And I also think as the fight goes on, like that size and that like poor cardio is going to start to wear on him. And when you're starting to get older and a little thicker in the midsection and your cardio is starting to
Preach.
Yeah, I mean, I feel it. But like, one of the worst things that you can do is like go down a weight class, and unless he's really doing it the right way, which like, I mean, there's that possibility, but like, I think that's going to make this fight harder for him at the end. And then in addition to that too, like Lohoré has got some kind of sneaky good grappling. Like we've seen some really good double legs out of him. His top control particularly is really sharp. I think all those things could come into play, and especially could come into play if he's just trying to wear down Fakhreddine. So yeah, I'm going to go Lohoré, slight underdog here.
All right. Excellent. Lohoré is the pick. All right. The co-main event is for some gold as well. It's for the BCF Flyweight Championship. Mohamed Mokaev. Perhaps you've heard of him. He's from the United Kingdom. Gerard Burns. He is from Ireland. So we got a couple of fighters from that part of the world heading down to Bahrain to fight for the belt. We'll tell you about Burns first. He's the animal. 7-1, 2 knockouts, 2 submissions. He's never been finished in a fight. He's 4-0 in Brave. He has won 6 straight. He last lost a fight May of 2022. He's a regional champ. He used to fight at 135. The Punisher, Mohamed Mokaev, still undefeated, 14-0 with 1 no contest, 1 knockout, 7 submissions. He's 5-0 with 1 no contest in Brave. He's won 10 straight fights. He went 7-0 in the UFC. He used to fight at 135. 1-0 in pro karate, 9-1 in pro grappling. He's a multi-time championship in wrestling in his native land. 4 years younger than Burns, an inch taller, 4-inch reach advantage.
Yeah, Mokaev.
Okay, move on.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be 4 figures, first of all. It's not going to be playable. But I watched Burns and I was like, is there any chance this guy defensive takedown? I went back and I watched, just so you guys know, his fight with Santiago Paiva, who's not particularly highly ranked in my regards. And the guy got to his hips and held him against the cage for any period of time. And like, yeah, he may have saved himself from the takedown, but I was just like, oh, you can't do that. You can't let Mokaev on your hips or you're done. I think he lets him do his hips too early. And you can cash Mokaev at negative 1,200 if you want. So yeah, Mohamed Mokaev is the pick.
Fun breakdown. All right. Before we get to the main event and our lightning round, I got a couple more things to tell you about. Underdog Fantasy is your home for pick'em entries, where you can win up to 5,000 times your entry. Gumby's probably got a winner for you right now.
Sure. If you head over to the NBA tonight, Victor Wembanyama is so exciting. He's so much fun to watch. Right now, his PRA for the day is listed only at 45.5. You're definitely going to go higher than that because he's going to do that with just points and rebounds. He's averaging 30 and 15 on those two fronts. And, he's getting you 5 or 6 assists every time anyway, and those might just be superfluous. So I'm going to go with the higher than on Victor Wembanyama's PRA.
There you go. This is not superfluous. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with our code MMASGPN. And Rhythm, RITHMM. Rhythm is crushing it in college football, NFL, and now just added the NBA. Rhythm is also giving away weekly cash prizes just for tracking your bets in the app. Track 5 bets of the same type from any model you build, and you can win $1,000. Gummies does lots of research on Rhythm. Have you found anything recently that you like on there?
Yeah, the Dallas Cowboys. Love the Dallas Cowboys. At least this week I do. We got Monday Night Football against the Cardinals. Lay the points with the Cowboys. We trust it. In Dak, we trust.
All right. See if he really got that from Rhythm or if he's just making that up by signing up with our code SGPN25. That way you get, when you download the Rhythm app, you get 25% off for your first month. So download Rhythm, RITHMM, promo code SGPN25. All right. We are to main event. And of course, there's more gold on the line. BCF Bantamweight Championship, Borislav Nikolić. He is from Serbia. He is the champion. He's defending against Hamza Kooheji. He is from Bahrain. So you have the hometown crowd in his corner here, you would assume. 5-minute rounds, 135. The challenger, Kooheji, or how do you say his name? Am I saying it okay?
Kooheji?
Kooheji? That sounds better. 14-3. 5 knockouts, 2 submissions. He's been knocked out once, submitted once. He's 9-2 in Brave. He's won 3 straight and 8 of 9. Past 2 wins via TKO. He lost a fight March 2022. He's fought at 145 and 155. 2012 Pro MMA debut. The champ, Nikolić, 13-2, 4 knockouts, 8 submissions. He's been submitted once. He hosts Browns, 4-2 in Brave, and the current champ. He's won 4 straight fights, all via finish. He last lost a fight August 2022. He has fought at 145 and 155 as well. He's 2 inches taller than Kooheji.
Yeah, so I imagine Nikolić is going to be a big favorite, despite not having the home crowd behind him. He's been on a pretty impressive run and looked pretty darn good. My guess is like the -300 range for him, like a +250 return on Kooheji. And I'm going to close this thing out with an underdog. I like Hamza Kooheji. Both, I like the home crowd feel of this one, but I also really like the fact that, if you watch Kooheji, he's got really nice single leg takedowns. I like the way he gets in on them and also the way he finishes them. And the best part about him too is like, even when he fails on takedowns or somebody takes him down, or like, he's on top of somebody and they start to work back to their base, his ability to re-wrestle is really impressive. Like, he gets right back in on a leg. He gets right back in on an arm. Like, he just gets right back to what it is that he wants to do. And when you watch Nikolić, like, perhaps Nikolić's biggest issue on the year, on his whole career, is that when people go to take him down, he commits to a choke. He decides he wants that choke. And like, it's worked a couple of times, right? Like, it worked against Wende, who he won his last title fight against, but he got taken down a bunch of times early in that fight. And if Wende was able to defend the submissions the whole time, we wouldn't be sitting here with Nikolić as the champ in the first place. So I think Kooheji does a better job staying away from the chokes. And as long as he does that, I think he's a little bit faster on the feet. I think he's a little bit quicker on the feet. And I think he's going to get his grappling going. So give me Hamza Kooheji here, hopefully 2.5 to 1 money.
All right. And if you're superstitious or believe in omens or whatever, my dog and Gummy's dog barked while he was giving up that dog play. So obviously.
There you go.
He's lined up here. All right. Let's give you a recap and get your lightning round here. Kooheji, Mokaev, Lohoré, Mohamed, and I missed one. Magomedov is one I missed. All right, lightning rounds. That bang boom pow. We only got 4 other fights as of now. I'm not sure if they're going to add more or what. But
so the first one I like is Mohammad Al-Samaya. He's a pretty good prospect in the first place. So I've seen him fight a couple of times and was already in on him. And then I decided to take a peek at his opponent. His opponent's 19, doesn't have the best looking record, has a record ineligible fight on his Tapology, and it was a loss. Which is that tends to be a really bad sign. So I went and watched that fight and I was like, oh yeah, it doesn't necessarily look like he was trying. So like, that's a problem. So I think Al-Samaya has probably got an easy path to victory here. And then the other one, we've talked about her before. I'm gonna go with Mim Grub. Mim Grub is 2-0. She's sort of burst the bubble of a couple of prospects before. They're giving her another prospect here. She's fun as hell to watch. Her name's fun to say. Grub. So, my 2 lightning round picks are going to be Mohammad Al-Samaya and Mim Grub.
Just betting on someone based on their name can't be any worse than some of the other methods people use for betting. So why not, right? All right. You're set for Brave. We'll be chatting about it in the Discord along with other things. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord. We are also on the old YouTube. You might be watching us right now. MMA Gambling Podcast. Thank you for subscribing, commenting, all the good stuff. Twitter is SGPN MMA. He's at Gummy Breland. I'm at Jeff Fox Writer. At Jeff Fox Writer on Instagram. I got a Substack. I will have my Pick'em contest up and running again this week, plus all my articles, stats that I use on the episodes, all that stuff is at moneymma.substack.com. Gummy's got a podcast. It may have a curse. It may not have a curse. It's called Top Turtle. Do we know who's could be getting cursed this week, or is it up in the
air? Yeah. I got a couple of interviews making his UFC debut. We got Max Jimenez, which is really exciting. And then we've got from Fury, which we're going to be breaking down on Tuesday. We got Sean King.
There you go. Check it out. Yeah, Fury's got a pretty solid fight card coming up too. Well, we got a couple of solid episodes coming up for you. So, all right, and that's Top Turtle, and of course we're at sportsgamblingpodcast.com, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/store, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon to get some bonus content. We'll be back tomorrow. The Animal Jeff Fox, Tequila King, Gumby Vreeland. We'll talk to you then.